The Silk Road, a name that conjures images of exotic caravans laden with treasures, traversing vast deserts and treacherous mountains. This network of ancient routes was more than just a trade route. It was a bridge between East and West. The Silk Road pulsated with life, a conduit for the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures that helped shape the destinies of empires and the lives of ordinary people. At the heart of this cultural fusion were the Turkic tribes, nomadic people who inhabited the vast steppes of Central Asia. Their strategic location along the Silk Road placed them at the crossroads of civilizations, interacting with empires and peoples as diverse as the Chinese in the east, the Persians in the south, and the Mongols to the north. These encounters, fueled by trade and diplomacy, resulted in a vibrant exchange of ideas, customs, and traditions. The Silk Road, therefore, transcended its function as a mere trade route. It became a crucible of cultural exchange where the Turkic tribes played a pivotal role. Their interactions with their neighbors along the Silk Road left an indelible mark on their culture, shaping their identity and influencing the course of history in profound ways. The lifeblood of the Silk Road was trade, and the Turkic tribes were vital players in this bustling network. Their caravans carried highly sought-after goods from the east to the west and vice versa. From the east, they transported the luxury good that gave the Silk Road its name, silk. Chinese silk, renowned for its quality and beauty, was highly prized in the courts and markets of the West. Spices, another treasure of the East, also flowed westward thanks to the Turkic traders. Pepper, cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg all added exotic flavors to the cuisines of the West, and the demand for these spices was insatiable. In return, the Turkic tribes obtained goods that were highly valued in the East. Horses, renowned for their strength and speed, were traded to the Chinese, who needed them for their armies. The Silk Road was not just about luxury goods. Everyday commodities also flowed along its arteries. Textiles, ceramics, jade, glassware, and carpets from the east made their way westward, while silver, gold, and other precious metals flowed eastward, fueling economies and enriching empires. The Turkic tribes, through their control of key trading posts and their caravan networks, played a pivotal role in sustaining this intricate web of commerce. The Silk Road was not just a conduit for material goods. It was also a pathway for the exchange of ideas and beliefs. Religions, philosophies, and scientific knowledge traveled along the Silk Road, carried by merchants, missionaries, and scholars. The Turkic tribes, situated at the crossroads of these interactions, found themselves engaging with a diversity of faiths. Buddhism, originating in India, spread eastward along the Silk Road, reaching China and influencing the spiritual landscape of Central Asia. The Turkic tribes encountered Buddhism through their interactions with Buddhist merchants and missionaries, and many embraced this new faith. Buddhist monasteries and temples were established in the oasis towns along the Silk Road, serving as centers of learning and cultural exchange. Islam, another major world religion, also spread along the Silk Road, carried by Arab traders and missionaries. The Turkic tribes' interactions with the Islamic world led to the gradual adoption of Islam by many Turkic groups. This process of conversion was often peaceful and gradual, facilitated by Sufi mystics who traveled along the Silk Road, spreading their teachings and emphasizing the common ground between different faiths. The exchange of knowledge along the Silk Road extended beyond the realm of religion and philosophy to encompass scientific and technological innovations. The Turkic tribes, through their interactions with different cultures, played a role in facilitating the dissemination of these advancements. One significant example of this scientific exchange was the transmission of paper-making technology from China to the West. Paper, a revolutionary invention that originated in China, made its way westward along the Silk Road. The Turkic tribes, recognizing the value of this invention, adopted paper-making techniques and contributed to their spread. Another area where the Silk Road facilitated scientific exchange was astronomy. Astronomical knowledge from India and Persia, including advanced mathematical techniques for calculating planetary movements, spread eastward along the Silk Road. The Turkic tribes, with their nomadic lifestyle and reliance on the stars for navigation, had a keen interest in astronomy. They absorbed these new astronomical ideas, contributing to the development of a more sophisticated understanding of the cosmos. Section 5. A tapestry of tastes. Culinary encounters. Food, a fundamental aspect of human culture, also played a significant role in the cultural exchange facilitated by the Silk Road. The Turkic tribes, accustomed to a nomadic diet centered on meat and dairy products, encountered new ingredients and culinary traditions through their interactions with other cultures. One of the most significant culinary influences on the Turkic tribes came from China. Noodles, a staple food in China, made their way westward along the Silk Road and were adopted by the Turkic people, who incorporated them into their own cuisine. Today, noodles remain a beloved dish in many Turkic cultures. Spices, a prized commodity traded along the Silk Road, also left an indelible mark on the culinary traditions of the Turkic tribes. Spices like cumin, coriander, and turmeric, all native to the East, added new dimensions of flavor to Turkic dishes, enriching their palates. The culinary exchange along the Silk Road was not a one-way street. Turkic culinary traditions, such as the use of yogurt and fermented milk products, also spread to other regions along the Silk Road, influencing the cuisines of their neighbors. Section 6. Artistic fusion, the Silk Road's enduring legacy. The Silk Road was not merely a conduit for the exchange of tangible goods and abstract ideas, it also fostered a vibrant artistic and cultural fusion. The Turkic tribes at the crossroads of this artistic confluence played a vital role in this creative exchange, absorbing influences and contributing their own unique artistic sensibilities. One area where this artistic fusion is evident is in architecture. The Turkic tribes, traditionally nomadic, adopted architectural styles and techniques from the settled cultures they encountered along the Silk Road. For instance, the influence of Persian architecture can be seen in the use of intricate geometric patterns, domes and minarets in Turkic mosques and palaces. Another area where the Silk Road's artistic impact is visible is in music. The Turkic tribes, renowned for their musical traditions, incorporated instruments and musical styles from other cultures into their own. For example, the lute, a stringed instrument that originated in Central Asia, spread both eastward and westward along the Silk Road, influencing musical traditions in China, India, and the Middle East. Section 7. The Mongol Maelstrom, a new chapter on the Silk Road. The rise of the Mongol Empire in the 13th century had a profound impact on the Silk Road and the Turkic tribes. Genghis Khan, the Mongol leader who united the Mongol tribes, recognized the importance of the Silk Road for trade and communication. Under his rule, and that of his successors, the Mongol Empire encompassed vast swathes of Asia, from China in the east to Eastern Europe in the west. The Mongols, known for their military prowess, brought a period of relative peace and stability to the Silk Road. This Pax Mongolica, as it is known, facilitated a resurgence in trade and cultural exchange. The Turkic tribes, many of whom were incorporated into the Mongol armies and administration, benefited from this renewed prosperity. The Mongol rulers, though largely tolerant of different religions and cultures, had their own beliefs and practices which they disseminated throughout their empire. Shamanism, the traditional Mongol religion, coexisted with Buddhism, Islam, and Christianity within the Mongol Empire. The Turkic tribes, already familiar with these various faiths, navigated this religious pluralism, with some individuals and communities adopting Mongol religious practices. Section 8. The enduring legacy, the Silk Road's imprint on Turkic identity. The Silk Road, though no longer the bustling artery of global trade it once was, has left an indelible mark on the Turkic tribes and their descendants. The centuries of interaction and exchange along this network of routes shaped the Turkic identity, influencing their culture, religion, language, and cuisine. The Turkic languages, a family of related languages spoken across a vast swathe of Eurasia, bear witness to the Silk Road's legacy. The Turkic languages, originally spoken by nomadic tribes in Central Asia, spread with the movement of the Turkic peoples along the Silk Road. Today, Turkic languages are spoken by millions of people in Turkey, Central Asia, the Caucasus, and parts of Eastern Europe. The Turkic culinary landscape also reflects the Silk Road's enduring influence. Dishes like manti, a type of dumpling found in various forms throughout Central Asia and beyond, and pilaf, a rice dish cooked in a seasoned broth, are testament to the culinary exchange that occurred along the Silk Road. These dishes, with their variations and regional adaptations, highlight the interconnectedness of cultures along this ancient network. Section 9. Echoes of the Silk Road, a legacy written in silk and spice. The Silk Road, though physically faded, continues to resonate in the modern world. Its legacy is woven into the fabric of the Turkic tribes and their descendants, shaping their identity and serving as a reminder of the enduring power of cultural exchange. The Silk Road reminds us that even in ancient times, the world was interconnected. It challenges the notion of isolated civilizations developing independently, highlighting instead the fluidity of cultures and the constant exchange of ideas, beliefs, and practices. The Turkic tribes, at the crossroads of this global network, played a pivotal role in facilitating this exchange, acting as cultural intermediaries and contributing to the rich tapestry of Silk Road civilizations. In a world grappling with issues of globalization and cultural identity, the Silk Road offers valuable lessons. It reminds us of the benefits of openness, dialogue, and exchange, demonstrating how interactions between different cultures can lead to innovation, creativity, and a deeper understanding of our shared humanity. The Silk Road, therefore, transcends its historical context, offering timeless lessons for a world seeking to bridge divides and build a more interconnected future.